Hey Andrew, I want abs and a flatter stomach. Okay, cool. So what have you been doing? Well, I do 30 minutes of ab exercises every single day.
Wow, that's great. What else?
Well, I read online that I need to train core if I want to get a flatter stomach.
All right, so let me tell you why doing endless core exercises isn't going to help you get a flatter stomach. So, in order to understand why doing endless core exercises isn't going to help you get a flatter stomach, it's important to understand what muscles actually make up the core. So, it's not just one muscle, it's a group of muscles that make up our core, which you can see right here. Although some of these muscles might sound a little bit scary, I promise that they're not. The big thing to notice is that the rectus abdominis is the one that really makes up kind of that midline portion that you think of when you think of abs, right? So let's get into why maybe you're not able to see it. So as you learned from that picture that I just showed, we all have a six pack. It's whether or not we can actually see it. So there's a really, really great picture here, which is by Fit Trainers, as shown again right here. And basically, you'll notice that there is a layer of fat, which we call subcutaneous fat, that is actually covering up those ab muscles. So you're probably thinking, okay, great, so we all have a six pack, now what, right? So the big and most important thing is that we start to tailor our training in order to get rid of that big layer of fat, right? So how do we do that? So the best and the quickest thing that you can do to really kind of flatten that stomach and really get that definition that you're actually looking for is to start focusing on your diet. Diet is the biggest thing when it comes to slimming down weight and really kind of getting that definition that you're looking for. So it's so important to really hone in on your diet, right? So even myself, I focus on my diet and I even track it, which is highly recommended so that you can really see where you're at rather than just trying to remember what you're eating, which sometimes may actually be more than you should be eating, or maybe it's a little bit less. So it's important to track it in order to make sure that you know exactly where you stand. All right, so now that's kind of the reasoning behind the old saying, abs are made in the kitchen. It really is true that you focus on your diet, and that's the simplest and the easiest way of really getting that definition that you're looking for. So I did want to make a special note that I do really believe that there is a place in everybody's workout for core exercises, but it's not typically for the reason that you would think, which would be to get that definition that you're looking for, right? So the place where core exercises fit in, and a lot of people kind of are on the fence, one side or the other. One side of the fence will say, oh, well, you know what? We train our core enough when we're doing big exercises like squat, deadlifts, and that sort of thing. And I do agree that is true. However, I also do believe that there's another area of training core, which is kind of the more practical reason why we should train core, and that's to really make sure that we've got a strong foundation so that we can build on top of it, right? So all of the movements we do, we use some aspect of our core, but that being said, our core is so important for stability and movement and rotation, right? And when you're doing stuff like deadlifts and squats, that sort of thing, you're not really getting that rotation, which is a whole nother side of training, right? So that rotational foundation training type sort of stuff. So that's why I believe that there is a spot in workouts for core training, right? So those are kind of the reasons why you're not able to kind of see your abs or get that flatter stomach, and as well as kind of the little bit of the makeup that goes into it in terms of anatomy. So I really hope this helped. If you're kind of enjoying these videos, let me know. Give this video a share or a like or whatever, and I'll make sure that I kind of keep this going. I'm really enjoying this, so let me know what I did well. Let me know what I could improve upon, and let's get this thing going.